Good, happy Tuesday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, Salem woman charged after overdosing while shopping with toddler, DA says. A New Hampshire mother who allegedly overdosed and collapsed to the floor while shopping with her 2-year-old daughter in Massachusetts dollar store faces a charge of child endangerment, authorities said. The Essex County District Attorney Office said Mandy McGraw of Salem was arraigned on the charge on Monday. She was placed on probation and was ordered to continue drug treatment until her case is resolved. Police released video in September that showed McGraw sparkling in aisles of Family Dollar store in Lawrence and her daughter desperately trying to wake her up. The child was taken into state custody. McGraw's attorney said Monday that his client was 67 days into a drug treatment program. Lee Child Care Center under investigation after child walks away. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Long. The all-new 2017 Hyundai Elantra SE for only $99 a month, and the all-new 2017 Hyundai Santa Fe Sport for only $179 a month at Nashua Hyundai.
The Thompson Auto Group.
Well, luckily this child was not injured. The daycare center in question voluntarily closed following this incident, leaving parents just a matter of hours to find a new place to send their kids. Busy Route 155 in Lee, where the speed limit is 40 miles per hour. It's where a 3-year-old child was found walking alone, heading up the ramp to Route 4. According to Lee police, it happened on November 18th. Several witnesses stopped and stayed with the child while a man checked the nearby daycare, His Angels Learning Academy, and confirmed the toddler had somehow gotten out.
Last week on Tuesday, we got some calls from some parents who needed childcare instantly.
Johanna Booth Miner owns Live and Learn Early Learning Center about a mile away. She says parents from His Angels started calling her Tuesday night when they found out their center was shutting down the next day. Booth Miner has been in business for 42 years. She says they don't like to hit their capacity, but after taking in 9 of the 30 families who reached out to her, she's had to turn some away.
And to have to tell a parent, I can't take your child, and they look at me and said, what am I supposed to do?
The New Hampshire Bureau of Child Care Licensing confirms the center shut down voluntarily. Police are also investigating. Live and Learn opened their doors Friday to allow the new families to get comfortable.
It has been so amazing to walk around the building and these children have fit in like they've always been here.
No one answered the door at His Angels, and our requests for comment were not returned. Booth Miner says she hopes people realize this is not something that happens every day.
This was a terrible mistake and oversight, but it is not to be sensationalized.
Licensing records for His Angels dating back to 2012 show no major violations, but their latest visit back in June did find a choking hazard with a mat that has since been removed. Child Care Licensing Unit is investigating to determine whether or not the state will take any action. That's the latest live in Lee tonight. Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Ohio State University student dead after driving into crowd, stabbing people at OSU campus. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Silver and gold. Everyone wishes for silver and gold. How will you measure its worth? Just by
Save more, give more. Exceptional brands up to 65% off. Simon Premium Outlets. Just one more.
Good evening, and we're just back from our weekend reporting from Cuba, and we begin tonight with the breaking news right here at home. Shortly before 10 this morning, a campus-wide alert going out at Ohio State University, a suspect on the attack. The chilling warning in a tweet to run, hide, fight. A massive police response, the FBI joining in, students barricading themselves in classrooms with whatever they could find. The suspect had rammed his car into a crowd of students, bystanders, then taking aim with a butcher's knife. There were multiple victims. The suspect was killed by an officer, and tonight we now know the attacker's identity and his chilling message minutes beforehand. ABC's Alex Perez leading us off from Columbus.
Tonight, a terrifying scene at Ohio State University. The chaos starting as the campus is coming to life. It's just before 10 a.m. when authorities say a male suspect in a car deliberately jumps a curb and plows into pedestrians.
Fire department, just as OSU, we have a vehicle that struck several pedestrians.
The driver then exits the car carrying a butcher knife and starts slashing people near the engineering building, Watts Hall.
People, we got a man with a knife running around. Cutting people.
It looked like he was trying to hurt as many as he could.
A campus officer confronting him.
And he was yelling, and the guy wouldn't stop, and the guy charged the cop, and the cop was forced to shoot him.
Just 1 minute after the attack begins, the cop firing the fatal shot that takes down the suspect, seen here on the ground, surrounded by officers. Authorities tonight identifying the suspect as a student at OSU, Abdul Razak Ali Artan. The school newspaper says this is his photo.
Everybody was running in any direction they possibly could. I ran into a bathroom. Luckily, that was just a single stall and was able to lock myself in there.
The campus now on edge as authorities start hunting for a possible second suspect. The university tweeting, "Run, hide, fight, Watts Hall," and sending text alerts to the community.
And then, we're starting to get a text that there was a shooter on campus. So they locked the building down, had us all go up to the third floor.
Some students barricading themselves inside classrooms, piling up chairs against the doors as ambulances and fire trucks race in to treat the wounded.
Yeah, I need medics at the McQuigg lab as soon as possible.
It's
the most police cars I've ever seen one moment in my entire life.
FBI agents arrive with tactical units, including a SWAT team and behind the wheel of this car, and are praising that campus officer, now identified as Officer Alan Hurushko, who took him down.
Our officer was on scene in less than a minute, and he ended the situation less than a minute. He engaged the suspect, and he eliminated the threat.
Acting very quickly there. Alex joined us tonight live from the scene there at Ohio State University. And Alex, you're learning more about that officer who took down the suspect?
That's right, David. We now know that officer is 28 years old and has been with the campus police force for less than 2 years. Tonight, authorities saying his quick action may have saved lives. David?
Alex Perez leading us off tonight. Alex, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Iraq leader predicts is collapse in Mosul. Iraq Prime Minister Haidar al-Abadi says Islamic State group fighters' lack of courage to put a long-term resistance in Mosul despite unlashing hundreds of car bombs that killed and maimed Iraq soldiers and civilians as the fight for Iraq's second largest city appears set to extend well into next year. Plane carrying 81, including soccer team, crashes in Colombia. Let's take a listen to this video from CNN.
It's a very tragic news for the world of football, Ivan. And what we know at this hour is that a plane carrying 72 passengers, including members of Chapecoense, a Brazilian soccer team, and 9 crew members, crashed southeast of the city of Medellin, Colombia. At about 10 p.m. local time, the plane declared an emergency related to some sort of electrical failure on board. At that point, the plane was only a few minutes away from landing at the Medellin International Airport on a flight that had originated in Bolivia. Ivan, we're getting word that there are 5 survivors, like you mentioned, including one member of the Chapecoense team. The search and rescue efforts are well underway. The mayor of Medellin said they have spared no effort to find survivors. Let's take a listen.
It is a regrettable situation, and we can confirm the accident of the plane that was carrying the players. We are accompanying the teams necessary for Medellin, the firefighters and ambulance crews. The important thing here, seeing that there might be survivors, is saving lives. That's first and foremost. So we're here supporting them on this very, very sad story. They have our solidarity. So do their families, their friends, their countries. It's sad and regretful.
And Ivan, access to the site of the accident is not easy. We're talking about rugged mountains and a high altitude. Chapecoense was on its way to play game 1 of 2 in the South American Cup. The match was to be held, listen to this, on Wednesday in Medellin, and then the second one on December 7th in Brazil. To put it in perspective, Ivan, this is the secondary South American club competition, the equivalent to the Europa League competition for those people familiar with European soccer. Back to you.
Rafael, you know, it's very early. We don't have any confirmation of any specific casualties or injuries as a result of this crash. But judging by what that official was just saying the words sad over and over again suggests that this could be a very tragic accident that took place. Are you hearing any response at all from the hometown of the Brazilian football team? Any response from supporters or the club itself?
Yeah, not too long ago, we got a statement from the football club itself saying that due to conflicting reports from authorities and from the media, they were not going to issue any official confirmation on what was the fate of the players. What they're saying, however, is that they say, God be with our athletes, God be with our players, journalists, and other members of the delegation that were on that flight.
Okay, and there you go on that report. That does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday. See you back here later on today. Goodbye, everyone.